gamers out there, I'm sure there's one thing you must have noticed about mobile gaming these days. Games of around 2013, 2012, 2011 are still far much better than that of the newly recent ones. Yeah, you may say that though they are heavier, more advanced, but when you start to test the quality of the games on phones then compared to those of the phones now, you find that those then are actually better than that of those now. But comparing that to that of console games, like that of the PS3 compared to that of the PS5, you find that the PS5 is actually still more better than the PS3. But why is that mobile games are actually going down like every year? What is the major problem about mobile games? So we are going to address that today. First of all, is the different power rates of these phones. You see, when you take a flagship phone, take for example the S20 Ultra, and then compare it to the phone like the S7 Edge, Samsung, that was released back in 2013. Once you compare both phones together, you find out that the flagship phone has a performance jump of over 70%. That's like plus another 1 million plus performance to add it to it. But when you now compare that same S7 Edge to a phone like the Samsung Galaxy A53 or the A series or any of the A series, you find out that the jump gap is just a few number, like about 70,000 or 50,000, which is kind of strange to you when you know that is one of the main reasons why there will be a lot of difference, right? Because if you want to make something powerful, okay, you want to make a game for something like you want to make a game for like S23 Ultra phones or 2023 phones, you know that the only type of 2023 phones you make that type of games for are going to be a type of set of 2023 phones. So if you want to make a game for like let's say the iPhone 14 Pro Max, you made this type of game for the iPhone 14 Pro Max, the 15 Pro Max, the S22 and the S23 Ultra. Any phones that are below those limits, like the A series, the 13 mini, any other smartphone that are lower than those standard, you find out that it will not work as good as the way to work as on those ones. So what most gamers have trying to do now is that they should just make a game that is good, not too good, but good, and for everybody to play. So more like making something for only 30% to play. Let us just make something that everybody may play. So it's not something that they are sure of at this point in time. It's something that everybody may play, and they will just get their money, which is straight up to the point. And another big thing about this again is what I would call the fragmentation of the mobile games and the mobile devices themselves. You see, not all phones are as powerful as what developers are thinking, or as powerful as each other. So what developers want to do, like, since they know fine, we can't make mobile games for only those using top-end flagship 2023 models of phone. We also need to make phones for those using mid-rangers 2023 phones. So what they have to do now, that rather than making game for the top 30% or for the top 1%, they will just make something that is also good, not too good, but something that can run on both smartphones at the same time, and make sure that they also get audience from all sides. And one of the things about this thing, that since mobile game developers have found that there's a limit to what they can actually get, or the limit to what they can make mobile game, they are tending to reduce some of the quality that they have given to those mobile games on the initial start. Like for example, most top-end flagship phones of 2020 run on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip, right? Which is actually a really good chip for ray tracing, because when it was released, the ray tracing was one of the major things for the gaming, to give us more advanced gaming, more light reflections, more graphics, more realism in our games. But the moment you calm down and take a seat back, and then you realize how many mobile games are actually using ray tracing, once you find out about this, then you find out that there's actually, I'll say, let me just jump to conclusion saying there's none using ray tracing game. And this is because they know that if they will make games using ray tracing, only top-end flagship phones like that of those released in 2023 will be able to work with it. But those released, or those not with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip, won't be able to work with the ray tracing. So make sure that would be like making the same game but having like two different features, since they are going to be on two different devices. But comparing that to that of making games for the PlayStation 5, which now, okay, yeah, everybody uses a PlayStation 5. Fine. Once you make a game for PlayStation 5, it's going to be something that all of them use, right? If you make it for the Xbox Series, it's going to be something that everyone too will use. And then we come to the future of monetization, because that is one thing you can't see you are starting a business without having actually intention of making money. So when it comes to monetization, like for example, companies like the Xbox, the EA games, PlayStation, they make games, right? They take time, they take like 6 years, take a lot of years to make games, and when they make the game, when the games get produced, they just like chop up the price on it like $70, $150. They make sure that yeah, you pay for it. So one thing they're confident about is that no matter how much it costs them to make the game, there's always a win-win for them, that the money will surely return back to the company no matter how bad it is, right? Yes, but that is not the case for mobile game, because mobile game is something that it will take a long time for you to convince somebody or a gamer on a mobile smartphone to actually play a game whereby they will have to pay for it. So since a lot of developers can actually work with this, it's also one of the things why they also like more like deteriorate what they are actually going to do. And since it's going to be really difficult for, it's not since it's going to be much more easier for them to enter into the mobile game world and make mobile games, why don't we just make something that you can just make like for fun? That's why once you check the Apple Store or the Play Store, you find out a lot of apps that are more like, I don't want to say they are identical, but same games, but let's just say with different names. That's what you just find there. For logistical issues, there's one thing about this, that for games like the Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, you find out that there are custom things you can buy for them, like custom switch, custom body, dark plates for your PlayStation. But that is not applicable for mobile games, right? Because even if you actually make something like that for mobile games, who will actually buy it? Yeah, except for someone like Mr. Who's the Boss, who from Boss I test to forget that. Who will actually buy stuff like that for a mobile phone, which is not something you actually want to take off. Your battery life too is also one of the most essential things about it, because if you are remembering something, this is actually your smartphone. The same you used to make calls, the same you used to surf the internet, the same you used to chat on WhatsApp, the same you used to check your Instagram. So why would you want to use this type of thing when your phone is like, let's say your phone is around 10% and you still want to play Call of Duty Warzone? It's not going to make sense at that moment in time. So when game devs are figuring out this thing, they're actually not trying to figure out, okay, since most of the games, one, are not going to get played, two, can be either by battery, there are some features that are going to be obstructing it. We don't have to make it that great. We can make it good, but not that great, since not even everybody will enjoy it, even if you make it at a great price. And last but not the least is that your mobile phone is actually different from an actual console, if you actually figure it out very well. Because take for example, in 2012, when mobile games were actually picking up, was 2012, if you notice, was that 2012 was the moment when people started having smartphones. 2012 was the time when a lot of technology started coming out, and since mobile games companies found about this, they were like, fine, since this is when things are coming out, why don't we just like take advantage of it and jump out a lot of mobile games? And that was what happened, because you see a lot of mobile games come out during that time of 2012, because the number of gamers were also increasing twice, like every 6 months, which is awesome. But when you zoom out on the picture, you find out that it's not also that good. When you find out that console games are still what are not taking over now, because you can't actually do what you can do on the console and what you can do on a mobile phone. What do you think about gaming on mobile phone? Do you think it's actually better gaming on your mobile phone than gaming on a PlayStation or a Xbox console? Tell me in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the very next one. Bye.